Greetings, this is Kush AJ here. This is a recap video of a session that I did inside our community. It's called Awaken the Inner Fire, and it's about cultivating prana or vital life force energy to transform our health and vitality. I hope you enjoy it. So Awaken the Inner Fire is about prana, how to get conscious about prana. Not just conscious intellectually or logically, but really awaken the bodily consciousness about this prana that's circulating within us. Prana essentially means vital life force energy in Sanskrit, and pranayama is the practice of regulating and directing this vital life force energy. So what we need to know about prana is not something that we can create or something that we can destroy. Prana is always there. It's a law of vibration. No matter what we are doing, there is a certain frequency, there is a certain type of prana that's being circulated. For example, if we are just lying on the couch watching TV or eating our food, we are arguing with someone, we have some sort of negative emotions popping up in our mind. All this has a certain frequency of prana that's being circulated. So from a yogic perspective, a person gets sick. For example, yoga always talks about holistic health. So sickness is not just physical or mental or spiritual, it's holistic. If you have some sort of physical illness, that also means you may have mental consequences of that illness and spiritual consequences. And this is all because of stagnation of this prana, stagnation of the vital life force energy, this energetic current that's flowing through the body. So when there is some sort of stagnation, we can either have physical illnesses like digestive issues or body aches and pains, inflammations, or we can have mental problems like anxiety or stress or sleeplessness, things like that. And on a spiritual level, it can also mean maybe we are unable to manifest the life that we deserve or unable to give and receive love like how we can do it when we are free, spiritually free. So the key here is to really get conscious about prana, not just intellectually or logically that we know what prana is and there's this thing called prana, but to actually feel it within ourselves. And the more we start to feel it within ourselves, we will be able to transform the way the prana is just circulating through the body. For example, when we're angry, there's a certain type of prana that's circulating. But when we can transform that anger by being aware of the prana, then we can use that prana to cultivate calm. It's the same prana, but we are transforming that prana because we cannot destroy that prana. Or the only thing that we can do is transform. We cannot create new prana. We can transform what's already existing. The universe is already abundant, rich in this pranic life force energy all over us, even in a rock, in the tree, in nature, in all our emotions, there is prana. So the best way that we can use this to awaken, to elevate our health and vitality is to get conscious about prana. So that's why yoga talks about holistic health. The food that we eat, if we are eating stale, sterile, old food that's been sitting in the supermarket for a long time, then that has lower prana as compared to something that you harvest fresh from your backyard, which will have more life force energy. Same with if we are constantly stuck in some sort of mindless activity where we are not paying attention, we are not conscious about what we are doing, there is a certain frequency of prana that's being circulated, as opposed to when we are doing something mindfully, we are using the same prana but transforming it into mindfulness. So same with physical health. If we are living a sedentary lifestyle, not doing many physical exercises or yoga or conscious physical exercise, holistic physical exercise, we are wasting that prana. The prana is there, but we are wasting it by living a sedentary lifestyle. That's why proper exercise is important. Same with meditation. If we are with proper intention, if we are meditating, there is a frequency of prana that we can circulate, which can improve our health and holistic wellness. That's why yoga is not just about pranayama practice, for example, or just asana practice or just meditation. It's a combination of everything, because in every action that we do, there is a prana. In every thought, every emotion, there is prana. So there's this, you may know this quote where it is something like, where your focus goes, the energy goes. So where your focus is, for example, if your focus is in the thing that you're doing, if you're going to sleep, you're completely free and sleeping and not restless, there's a certain focused sincerity in that action. And that is what we need to cultivate the energy, or to direct the energy into that place that we are focusing. So breath is one way to cultivate that focus. When we focus on the breath, we train our subconscious, we train our mind, our brain to look inside, to look within. Because most of the time we use our senses, we use our smell, our eyes, our ears, and everything from outside we put our focus to. And when we put our focus on everything outside, our energy goes there, not inside. So we have to retrain ourselves with everything that we do, all the habits, all the things that we do, to keep some sort of awareness and focus and mindfulness within ourselves. And that's the way we can redirect that prana from going outside to being inside. And that's the way we can remain centered and grounded at all times. So, like I said before, if there is stagnation, if there is blockages in the vital life force, then that will affect in our holistic health. So our joints, if they are too stiff, too inflamed, there will be a lack of circulation of prana. Because like we know, there are 72,000 energy channels or nadis that's running through the body. And the three main ones are in our spine. On the left side is the Ida Nadi, related to the moon, which is related to the cooling effects in the body, relaxing and resting energies. And the right side is Pingala Nadi, related to the sun energy, so it has the warming energies, and related to work and staying active. And most of us in this world, when we are not conscious about prana, is too stimulated on either maybe the left side, where we are too relaxed, a bit lethargic, we don't feel like doing the work, we just feel like sitting on the couch or not getting out of bed. And on the other side, if we are too overstimulated on the right side, that means we are restless, we have difficulty to take a break or relax or just shut our mind. We are constantly overstimulated. So it's important to bring these both sides into balance, and when it's in balance, the energy starts to raise through the middle channel of the spine, which is the Sushumna Nadi, and that's where we can truly feel the benefits of this pranayama or prana really liberating ourselves or elevating our health and vitality. If we are too stimulated on either side, there will be some sort of deficiency on the other side that is not stimulated. So the important part is to bring them together, and for that there are so many different methods, and pranayama, the alternate nostril breathing, is one of the most powerful methods to balance that energies. But also asana practices, some of the asana practices with the right concentration and focus promotes that balanced state. And there's other ways also, because the prana does not enter directly into the spine. The prana enters the spine mainly through the breath. When we breathe in a conscious way, the prana gets into the energy channels. But the energy channels, if they are already blocked because of certain emotions or the grief or trauma or nervous system dysregulation that we may be having, the prana won't always reach the spine, won't always reach the central channel of the spine. So for that, we need to stimulate the energy channels. And also our palms, the center of our palms is a gateway for prana to enter the body. So when we stimulate these energy channels in our hands, we are also making way for circulation to happen, for this prana to circulate freely through the body. Because when we have lubricated, fluid joints, our body is warm, our joints are not calcified or inflamed, then there is a better flow of prana within ourselves. So that's the benefit of asana practices and pranayama practices, helps to lubricate and make our joints more flexible. Same with our fascia. If our fascia, the layer beneath the skin, if that is too droopy and not elastic and stretched, that means the prana is stagnant or contaminated or stuck in some areas. When the fascia is more warmer and elastic, it acts as like a conduit for this electric current, this energy current to flow freely through the body. So we can see from a yogic anatomic way, we can see our body as a combination of 5 elements. So 5 elements is represented in our hands as well. So thumb is represented with the fire element, and the index finger represents the wind or air element related to our lungs, and fire is related to our spleen and digestive system. And the middle finger represents the ether or space or the void, so the cavities in the body where our, like the cranial cavity, the chest cavity or the abdominal cavity, that is represented in the middle finger. And the ring finger represents the earth element, so that is about our bones, about the muscles, the structure of the body. And lastly, the little finger represents the water element. So water element is related with our urinary bladder, the kidneys, the sweat glands, and the salivary glands. So when we have all these 5 elements in balance, that's when the body is warm, the fascia is elastic, and the prana can flow freely. If there is an imbalance in any of these elements, that will reflect in different areas in our personality, in our health and vitality. So now we will do a practice to really get conscious about this prana, because when we touch certain areas of our body with our fingers, which is already is the representation of those elements, and when we bring those into our consciousness, when we touch some areas, we can start to feel our mind, our subconscious automatically focusing into that area that we touch. So like I said before, where our focus goes, that's where the energy flows. So it trains our subconscious. The more and more we do these exercises, it trains our brain to easily switch to focusing inward when things happen in life where we are not conscious or where we are unaware of the frequency of the prana. So this helps us to switch to focusing inward, so we can always reclaim our calmness and our energy to be centered and grounded no matter what's happening outside. So first, you can just sit straight with your spine straight, because all of these practices, even though it's a relaxing practice, you still need to represent yourself with some sort of strength and presence. And when you keep your spine straight, you're telling your body, the aura, the energies, the prana, that you're now ready to really focus inward. You're ready for this meditation or the breathwork practice that we're going to be doing. So just sit straight comfortably and keep your face relaxed, and you can also close your eyes gently. Closing the eyes is because you can start to focus on the breath, start to go inward. So take a few breaths in your own way, just centering yourself. So now we will just slowly rub our arms, just to tell the body that we are, to tell the brain, to the subconscious, to bring the focus into our body. We are slowly awakening the body, the energies in the body. You can also rub your palms together, make them warm, and gently place the warm palms on your face. Also inhale deeply as you place your palms and feel the warmth on your face. Now we use the right palm, the center of the right palm, to gently stimulate the nose. You want to gently rub your nose. As you rub, you are bringing your focus to your nose, to your breath, and also warming up your nostrils, your nose, which helps with prana. Prana likes warm ambience or warm environment inside the body. This also helps to break up any mucus buildup. This helps to really improve and purify the breath. So you can breathe normally through your nose as you're doing this. Keep the focus within yourself. Keep the focus on that touch. Now gently stop. Now with your thumbs, which represents the fire element, you're just going to touch just under your eyebrows, just where this bridge of the nose ends, just by the side of that, just under the eyebrows. So this is where, as you breathe in, there's a pressure point here. The breath takes there, and then from this pressure point it washes over the skull and goes back into the spine. So sometimes when we are too much living in from our head, too active in our mind, this pressure point gets a bit stagnated or blocked. So it's good to just gently stimulate that pressure point. So with your thumb, as you inhale deeply, gently press in. You want to feel a slight bit of pain, and that pain will help you to bring your focus to that point. Remember, where your focus goes, the energy flows. So you're really focusing on that point to bring your energy there. Deep inhalation, and as you exhale, release the pressure. Gently training your mind to go inward. Again, inhale deeply as you press. And exhale, release. Inhale deeply as you press. And exhale completely. This also helps with migraines and headaches. So you can do this any time of the day, just to relax your head, your forehead. Inhale deeply as you press. And exhale. Now you're going to press with your index finger just by the side of your nostril, just on this bone. So that helps to purify the breath that goes down to our lungs. So with your index finger, as you inhale, gently press in. And as you exhale, release the pressure. Again, inhale deeply. Bring your complete focus into that area where your touch is. And as you exhale, release the pressure. So you're slowly training your subconscious, your brain, to bring the focus on your own command with complete awareness. Inhale deeply as you press. And exhale. Once more, inhale deeply. Press in, feel a bit of pain. And exhale. Now we're going to activate the center, this bone just underneath your nostril, with the middle finger knuckle. So you're going to bend your finger like that and gently press in like that as you inhale deeply. So this stimulates the central channel of our spine. So press in as you inhale deeply. Bring your focus to that spot where you're pressing in. That helps to bring that energy there. And with exhalation, you're releasing the tension. Inhale deeply, press in. And exhale, release. Again, inhale deeply, press in. And exhale, release. Try to extend your exhalation. As you extend your exhalation, you slow down your heartbeat. And when the heartbeat is slow, we get more calm. So that's really the goal of pranayama, to really slow down our heartbeat, extending our exhalations and deepening our inhalations. So now we'll move to our hands. So now we're going to stimulate this entry point in the center of our palm with our thumb. So you're going to gently press in the center of your palm as you inhale deeply. And exhale, release. Inhale deeply, press in. Exhale deeply. Once more, inhale deeply, press. So this really stimulates all the energy channels because they all pass through the center of our palms. So it helps to stimulate all the organs in the body as well. And exhale, release. You can imagine all the energy channels as electric wires, and all the electric wires end at the tip of our fingers. So they're passing through here and ending at the tip of the fingers. And they're all connected to different organs and different functions in the body. So let's do the other hand now. Press with your thumb in the center and inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale deeply, press in, exhale. Inhale deeply, press, and exhale. Now we are going to press in our wrist. So you want to take these three fingers, the index, middle and ring finger, place it just at the base of your wrist, and where your index finger is, you want to bring your thumb just there and remove the three fingers and keep your thumb there. If you feel gently, you can feel the pulse pulsating in that place. So you're going to press there gently as you inhale deeply. And exhale slowly. So this stimulates the organs like our heart, our lungs, our spleen area, our pancreas. Inhale deeply. This helps to purify and release any stagnation in the energy channels. Deep inhalation. And as you exhale, release. Inhale deeply, bring the focus to your touch. You want the energy to flow there consciously. And exhale, release. Now the other side, use three fingers, place it at the base of the wrist and bring your thumb where the index finger is. Inhale deeply, press. And exhale, release. You want to do these practices really slowly with complete awareness. Inhale deeply, press. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply, press. Exhale slowly. Now we will stimulate our fingers. So we'll start with our thumb. So you want to just gently squeeze the thumb from the edges on the side and flick out any stagnant energies. Like I said, the thumbs represent the elements. The fingers represent the elements, the 5 elements, and the thumb is related with our digestive organs. So when we are stimulating this finger, it also helps with the functions of our digestion and metabolism. Now we'll move on to our index finger related with our lungs, so it helps with the breath, purifying the organs related to the wind energy or the air energy. And now middle finger related to the space or the cavities. We want the organs to be where it belongs, not congested in the body. So this creates that spaciousness, not just in our organs, but also in our nervous system. And the ring finger is related to the health of our bones and the muscles. So you don't want to press it on the top, on the sides. So you're just stimulating those energy channels so the energy can flow freely. And the little finger is related to the water element, related to our kidneys. So kidneys often associated with the aspect of fear or insecurity. So when we stimulate this channel, we are also releasing any fears or any negative emotions like grief, any anger. Let's do the other hand now. Gently stimulate the thumb. In this way, you're also training your mind, your subconscious mind, to bring the focus to your actions. You're touching with complete awareness, and your focus is where you're touching, and your energy is in your touch. The ring finger, and lastly the little finger. You can practice this any time during the day. Really good to do first thing in the morning when the atmosphere is abundant with vital life force. So now we have activated the fingers, we have cleared the energy channels. So now we have been touching ourselves. Now we can do a little experiment. So we are going to place our hands facing each other. And you want to concentrate in the center of your palms and also the gap in between your hands. And you want to feel like you're holding a ball of energy. And you're gently going to bring your hands closer, not touching, a little closer and also wider. You're going to expand and contract. You can close your eyes gently, and you're going to try and bring your focus into that space, into that gap between your hands. And you're going to try and feel the energy that is there, that you're holding between your hands. You can take your time. There's no rush. Just bring your complete awareness, your focus to that space between your hands. You want to feel a slight magnetic push and pull between your hands. And that's essentially prana, the electrical currents that's passing, that's circulating, that's in the space that you have created. You can expand and contract. You can also spin slightly to really feel that magnetic pull. The magnetic pull of the North Pole and the South Pole between your hands, or the East or the West. You can feel like you're holding on to a ball of energy, the shape of the earth. You may start to feel some sort of sensations in your palms, in the back of your palms, in your forearms, some kind of tingling feeling. And that's essentially the prana circulating. That's the electrical currents that's passing through the body. In this way, we are training the body to get conscious about this electric current that's passing through. We are training our subconscious to feel these frequencies that if we don't pay attention to, just lays dormant in the body. Now gently bring your hands by the side of your head, not touching, just hovering by the side. You want to still feel that energy between your hands. And slowly you're going to bring your hands to the top of the head, washing your head with that energy that you just gathered through concentration, through focus. And slowly bring your hands facing towards your face. Bring your hands down, facing your face, facing inward towards your face. And you're going to wash over the energy over your face. You wash the energy over your face and down to your neck and down to your chest and all the way down to your solar plexus and down to your navel. And now you're going to place your hands on top of each other and place your hands just below your navel. The energy center just below your navel, the Manipura chakra, the seat of awareness or consciousness. Now we will practice a few rounds of deep yogic breath. So inhale deeply. You want to try and inhale to your Manipura, to the energy center below your navel. Inhale deeply as your stomach expands, and as you hold the breath, you want to bring your complete focus to that area where your hands are. You want to feel the warmth in your body from your hands, from that energy that you just cultivated. And exhale gently through the nose as the stomach contracts. Again, inhale deeply. Bring the focus as you hold the breath, focus right where your hands are. Feel the warmth in your body. Feel the clarity within yourself. And exhale gently through the nose. Again, inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Complete focus within yourself. It'll get easier and easier as you do it repeatedly. And exhale slowly. Now gently release your hands and stay in a meditative posture for a couple of minutes. You don't want to startle your spirit suddenly getting out of the posture. Just gently ease out of the posture. Take few deep breaths in your own way, slowly coming out of this practice. So for more deeper sessions like this, join the community. Inside we have courses and free content like this and many more. It's only $27 a year. The link is in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.